Huh? There it goes. On Skype. Oh, maybe it's not ever. Nope. It's just me. Okay. It only takes a second to get me back. What's weird is Twitch records the whole thing. They can all hear me talking. So.
Twitch can hear you talking, but we can't hear you on Skype.
It's back.
There you
it
are.
Just takes a second. I don't know what the problem is. We didn't have any problems yesterday. Must be Sunday. The old people watching porn, like you say.
I'm telling you, those old freaks.
All right, that's off. You've and you return to the woman, and that's it for your turn, right?
Yep.
Okay, Havlarn.
Miss Ho, are you okay? That was a rather nasty tumble you took. My name's Havlarn. Can I help you out of the water? She's like, what, 5 feet, 6 feet taller than me?
Yeah, about that, yeah.
But
What a gentleman.
I gallantly offer to help her out.
She looks at you and she snarls and puts her arms under her and hoists herself out of the water and starts wringing hair out. And she says, I need no help from you.
Oh, okay. Well, I'm sorry to ruin your fun with those 3 beasts then.
She gives a dismissive wave of her hand and she says, I had it under control. Huh. You guys
I
are out
see.
of combat. You can move freely now if you'd like.
I'm sitting by her melons. Damn it.
Were there 4 of you?
Yeah.
That encounter was worth 25 XP. Let's do that real quick.
As I said, my name is Havlon. And might I have your name, ma'am?
Yeah, she'll introduce herself. Let me get the XP done. I got Ryan, Azoth, Havlarn, and Arnold. She gives you a dismissive sniff, and she says, Tanethka, just because you're asking, and then she glares at Azoth, and she says, what are you doing out of the fort? Shouldn't a Fomorian be eating you for breakfast right now?
Well, I came to fish women out of the river.
She says, pshaw, and she shoves you aside as she goes to walk around the ridge and go around to collect her melons.
I'll just fly away.
So, you're from the fort?
She walks, she's talking, she says, from the fort? Of course not. No Furbolg would allow themselves to be taken captive. She says dismissively as she goes around, and she said, only elves would be subservient to Fomorians. Fools.
Oh. Well, it's funny that you should mention the fact that you're a Furbolg. We were actually looking for your folk.
She says, oh yeah? What for?
Well, we killed 4 Fomorians in the forest the other day that were torturing tree ants by lighting them on fire.
She says, pah, 4? You sure it wasn't 8?
No, it was just 4. They almost killed us in the process. They're very fierce opponents for one so small as I.
Make your persuasion, because she thinks you're lying.
I was standing up to say, I can account for his statements. I was there myself.
She stops and she surveys you a little closer. Looks at Arnold, Azoth, and Ryan. She says, well, maybe you competent warriors. You did well enough against the cats, I suppose, though I didn't need your help.
Didn't say you needed our help.
Pushes her hair out of her eyes.
I like
You
playing with the
kind of
kitties.
died.
She's a proud woman.
So, we're seeking your folk, actually. We're trying to form an alliance to free...
Della.
Della, thank you. I was looking at my notes.
I always remember Unicorn's name.
That gives her pause. She stops what she's doing and looks at you and says, Della, what happened to Della?
Della's trapped
Della
in the
has
mirror.
been... I turn and I show her my cloak.
That gives her pause. and she stops what she's doing. She says, well, that changes things then. I didn't know Della had fought the Fomorians. This is a bad thing. You need to report this to the elders. Would you come to my camp with me?
I would love
Why,
to.
yes. We appreciate you guiding us.
She says, well, and thanks for helping me with the cats, but don't tell anyone I said that.
Of course not. You slew them all by yourself, as far as I'm concerned.
She gives you a dazzling smile.
I like your melons.
Just for a moment. Yeah. And she gives you a...
Would your folk have any use for their carcasses?
She gives you a nod and says, oh yes, displacer beast pelts are highly valued.
Okay, well, let's see if we can figure something up. Azoth, you think you can carry them on that broom of yours?
I could try to slice and dice and take the skin and the head.
I do need a dex check for, what's it called when you take the pelt from a creature?
Skinning.
Skinning, yes.
I can give you that. I'm good at skinning. It's
I'll
like
help.
flailing.
I will aid her.
Yeah.
Alright. Avalon's there telling you to be careful, be cautious.
Oh, I'm
Giving
good with the
advice.
dagger. I'm giving her advice.
Be sleight of hand. So that works. Ryan, you rolled well enough. You, yep, cut him down. Throat to crotch, and then withdraw the pelt. Slides right off.
Oh, don't forget to take the tentacles.
But yeah.
Yeah,
Can
those slide off too. You got two of them. The third one
Well,
was
I wanna-
washing down river.
Yeah, that's fine. I want to grab the heart though, and save that one because it's a prized edible treasure.
Tanethka watches what you're doing as she leans against the rock wall there, trying to catch her breath, hoping no one notices while you guys are doing
Is she
that.
watching my ass like Azoth was?
Maybe.
Well, it still is.
Oh, okay. Sorry. I wink at
She
you.
does watch everything Ryan does closely. She seems to enjoy the creaking of your leathers. She moves and the way you handle your knife, and she nods as you do each thing, and then when you extract the heart, she smiles, but then tries to hide the smile when anybody looks.
You took a rather nasty tumble. Could I offer to maybe give you a little healing?
Can I touch you, big girl?
Make your persuasion.
Oh, we're naughty.
She says, do as you like.
Okay. Well, in that case, I will do so. I will cast this.
Wow.
Can I ask her a question?
When Havlarn cast that was a third level spell, wasn't it? She
It
flexes her muscles that are quite bulging. She's pretty sturdy looking Furbolg, and she feels pretty good and smiles and nods at you. And she says, "You're quite good at that." And she tousles your hair.
Oh, thank
She
you.
has to crouch to do it. Well,
How far away is her elders? Like time-wise in walking? Because I didn't know if we should start a fire and eat the heart now, or wait.
she quirks her eyebrows. First, when you say time, that doesn't mean anything to her. It's an unknown word. And then when you say fire, and she says, "Why would you cook it? You'll lose all the energy."
Alrighty. Alrighty. Hand her the heart.
Are we gonna give it to her?
Did you take two of them?
There's two of them. I'll hand one to her, and we'll take one to hand to the elders.
That's an offering.
Yes.
She accepts it, and she looks at you strangely, and then basically takes a huge bite out of it. Cheeseburger.
Does she pass it to everybody to do the same thing? Because I explained to her that I'm going to give the heart to elders. The
one
other
that
heart.
you kept, right?
Yes.
Yeah. No, she keeps it for herself.
All right.
She devours it. And she's got pretty messy face now. She tries to wipe it off on her pelt sleeve.
Excuse me. Hold on a moment. Prestidigitation. I'll clean her off.
She doesn't notice.
I'll give the pelts to Azoth since he says that he's got room.
Cool. All right. You guys have 2 displacer pelts, tentacles included. You've eaten a heart and you've got a spare heart.
I figure we better at least bring a gift to the elders. Not just the pelts and everything, but the heart is prestigious.
You know, you're pretty
She
smart.
nods.
I've been around death before.
She says the elders will appreciate such a gift. And proof. Proof is always good. Taking a warrior at his word will only get you so far.
Understandable.
Are these baskets as big as I am? Bigger. They're bigger. I won't offer to help them with the load.
You could actually walk a circle inside the basket.
Oh my gosh.
That's why I couldn't lift it.
Yeah, they're big and they are full of melons.
So
Well, they're potatoes, but they are the size of pumpkins. And she says, great warrior such as you surely could help me with my heavy load.
I'm gonna take one of the potatoes out of the thing and put it in front of Faerun so he can push it around.
Okay, actually what I'll do is I will pull out my Bandor and I will cast that on it.
Alright.
Oh no, wait, that's the wrong spell.
I wasn't
cast
sure what you meant
levitate
there.
on it. I copied the wrong spell
Okay.
apparently.
Gotcha.
I cast levitate.
Alright. So yeah, you it floats along in front of you and you can push it along with a finger.
I'd like to roll to try again and see if I can lift her pole with her melons. And I still have a bardic inspiration. So let's
Go ahead and try. Yes, you do.
I clicked it. I don't know. There it is. So that would be 12.
You're at 11 now.
No, it's 8 plus 3.
11.
That's 11. Plus the 8.
You could roll a d8.
Oh, it's rolling a d8. Ooh.
Yes.
Okay, I'll roll a d8. Come on, baby! That's awesome.
Alright. So Ryan gets underneath the pole and does first, and then she grits her teeth, and you see her knees quivering a little bit, but she does manage to get both baskets a couple inches off the ground.
Then I touch it.
Which one? Do you cast it on both?
I cast it on the pole. The pole would support the weight. It
Oh,
can
does
carry
it?
up to 500 pounds.
Oh, alright. And then, Ryan, you actually hoist it, and you'll have to actually grab the pole because it starts to float up off your shoulders from the momentum.
That's awesome.
Alright,
So,
well that
on
makes it easy. And Tanethka gives you an approving nod. She's impressed that you're able to handle that much weight. Looks like you guys have Blake's looking for Zamp. I'm going to take a real quick AFK, and then you guys will be heading to the Camp of the Elders. I'll be right back.
Oh,
Alright.
hold on.
I just killed my fireworks and I don't know what the hell happened.
It does that. Let me see how I'm gonna do this. There it is. damn it.
What the hell? I just lost all my add-ons on my Firefox. I don't even know what's happened.
Wow, your computer's freaking out. Until he spammed Blake. There's 2 Blakes, and so I went to go and send him a message. It went to the wrong one, so then I had to copy and then resend it, and I did his characters' names, and it didn't look like it went through. I did it again with his other character name. Like, dude, I think I just spammed you.
I was telling him once that I had that problem. There's
Sucks.
2 Blakes.
And
There's
Arnold's
the Blake
having
that
an issue
plays.
with Google, the Firefox.
Oh, is he?
Yeah. Did you fix it?
Yeah, it's back to normal now. I
Good.
hope.
Well, that'll happen. I am back, by the way. And so, how long, let me check, how long does levitate last? Oh, only 10 minutes. So, it's easily ford the river, ford, however you say it. Get across the river, and with the levitate cast on there, Ryan's easily able to get across there. Well, actually, Ryan, go ahead and give me your acrobatics to hold your footing. It's not the weight, but the rush of the river.
Acrobatics or what?
Athletics, your choice.
Is that Dex?
If it's athletics, it's strength. If it's acrobatics, it's dex.
Dex.
Each of you,
Oof.
except Azoth, who can fly, of course. Uh-oh, okay. Well, there you go.
But
Story
it's
has been told.
levitating.
It's not the weight, it's the rush of the river. You lost your footing, and Ryan spills, and so here we go. She fumbled it.
I'm gonna sigh and cast water walking.
Okay. That will work. So Ryan loses her footing. Both of the pails begin to drop. Tanethka does a and Arnold casts, what is water walking? 3rd level. Alright, 3rd level spell has been spent, and Ryan buoys to the surface, walking easily
Okay,
over
so
the
if I
currents.
Misty Step, does it take everything I'm holding with me?
I believe it does.
Okay, then I'm gonna go ahead and Misty Step the rest of the way.
When you
and just-
buoy up, Tanethka claps her hands and cheers. And then you Misty
Great.
Step, and she's like, wow, impressed.
Yeah, I'm gonna go right about there with a Misty Step. And take that off my boot. Just so we don't have any problems. I want to get to the Elders.
Alright, Havlarn, same thing. Each of you that are ground-based, I need athletics or acrobatics.
Well,
Well, no, Arnold, you can target a bunch of people with that, can't you?
Yeah, I just targeted everyone.
Yeah. Go with it.
Well, yeah, everyone.
Wow.
That's awesome.
Tanethka goes to trudge into the water, and she thinks she's going to step down, and her foot springs to the surface of the water. And she does she laughs and claps her hands and dances a jig and runs a few circles through the water. She just thinks it's the best thing ever. Never seen such a thing. And she, Arnold, she sees you have a helmet, and instead tousles your beard.
I sang a song as we were walking along about how Tanethka learned to walk on the water.
She nods her head and claps her hands along to the beat. Anything you do, Azoth?
Oof.
Float along and enjoy the view.
think he stepped away.
That's fine. Now, the levitate only lasted 10 minutes. As you find out, you guys are traveling along, and Tanethka's enjoying the beat, nodding her head, clapping her hands, and then suddenly, Ryan, make an athletics check. As the weight, you thought it was, levitating along, you didn't think it was a big deal, and then, oof, your knees hold, and your arms hold, you have it, but you guys can see sweat beading on her brow, her teeth are clenched, and her knees quaking just a little. She's having a little trouble.
So I'm going to go
holding
ahead
up,
and
but she doesn't drop them.
gently put them down and tell everybody that I need to go find a bush. I'll be right back. Nature's calling. And kind of go somewhere and... well, I walk by Arnold first and say, hey, man, can you help me out there? And then I walk over and go to the bathroom.
You guys are actually, I'm going to move you just a little bit. This is 10 minutes later, so you're up the path, away from the river. Come on, Firefox, work with me. There we go. About like so Ryan withdraws a little.
Yeah, I'm going to go
looks concerned.
over here and go to the bathroom or something.
Okay. Arnold?
Relieve myself.
Where's Azov?
He's floating about.
I wave him over to come down to us.
Azov, are you back?
Yeah, he's back.
Yeah, I'm trying to collect my group.
Yeah, gotcha. Sorry, I was moving things. I wanted to get you on a path away from the river. This is 10 minutes later, so concentration would end right then.
I about shit myself.
And Ryan has begged a short break, and Tanethka nods at you as you walk by. She says, heavy, isn't it? And gives you a whoosh look as she wipes sweat from her brow, kind of pantomiming. It's a daily task for her.
So, Tanethka, what are these vegetables you're carrying?
She says taters. Cut them, boil them, put them in a stew.
Mighty big taters.
She looks at you kind of questioningly, and she says, well, yeah, I guess they're big for you. Here in the Feywild, where it's perpetual sunlight, vegetation grows at an astounding rate.
I had gathered that. I hadn't really put two and two together.
And by the way, I'll just point out now, I didn't mention it earlier, I did a little bit of reading on my Forgotten Realms campaign guide, and realized there's no such thing as the Shadowfell in the Feywild and Forgotten Realms. That's a 4th edition thing I'm referencing. So, the Feywild would be some combination of Arvandor and the Nature home. The high magic home of the Elven has been infiltrated by Fomorians and Dark Elves.
Cool.
Maybe a pocket dimension. Sometimes I miss 4th edition. Okay, continuing with the adventure. Arnold, you called Azov down. There he is.
I'm gonna put those baskets on his room. Like
How much do they weigh?
25 pounds each.
Pumpkin, each potato was 25 pounds. It was 180 pounds between the two baskets.
That's fine. You can still do it, right?
Yeah, I just won't be quite as fast, and I'm dropping them if we run into trouble.
Explain to me how you... Explain to me how you put a basket on a broom.
Well,
Sit
like
on
you
it.
put the baskets on the pole.
And then balance
So you're
them.
putting the pole on the broom? So yeah, it's a balancing act. That'd be a pretty extreme balancing
I don't know,
act.
it's a
90 pounds
magic broom. I don't know if you can balance it.
While being a magic
If
broom, I'll
Azov
point
has
out
to
it
sit
does
like
function
exactly
as
in the middle of the thing, that's kind of constant dex checks.
that is fine. I just wanted to check. So Azov, it's going to be a bit of an acrobatics act for you to maintain balance. You definitely can do it, but
Dude, I
Do
did
you
it for
need
10
help?
minutes. You could do it.
I'm staying
There's a bit
close
of
to the
weight.
ground, so
okay. Give me an acrobatics check.
You can just step off of it and have like float beside you so you don't even face plant if it goes bad.
that is true.
Tanethka seems concerned while you guys discuss.
You know, can't we just turn the pole the length of the broom and then strap it down with a rope?
Why not? That'll work.
Or just hook the handles of the baskets on the end of the broom, and somebody else will carry the pole.
I think I can carry the pole.
That works.
Big
I'm sure
tough
we can
woman can
balance it.
carry a stick.
I'm sure we can
So
balance
that's
it. Yeah, let's do that. I like
Alright.
your idea.
Either one works. You guys have circumnavigated the challenge. Tanefka, she gives grudging approval. Yeah, it wasn't strong, but it was cunning. We appreciate both in my clan.
Yeah, I'm just too small to do any of that. Sorry.
You're big and certain.
She says,
You're probably big. You're probably stronger than I am. So
I
you're just
haven't
half
rolled
my
for
height.
it yet, but hopefully we don't have to. Alright.
Big where it counts. No.
Big-hearted, I meant. That's what I meant. Yeah.
Art. Yep, that fifth element. Alright. You guys managed to figure out the solution to the problem. I'm going to copy and paste you and move you.
Okay,
And then I've got some description. I'm going to delete you from where you were above. Let me clean up my mess here. Come on, Firefox, work with me. Alright, and then there you are. Whoop, I didn't get my camera. Hold on. There you are. Okay. I have a spiel. Give me a second.
Uh-oh, I lost my sword.
Did you? Oh, I probably deleted it.
Littering.
I
Ow.
probably deleted it and didn't catch it. I'll go get your sword. You never know when these things will matter. I got it. Bringing it to you.
Sweet.
I love this map. That was one
Got
of
it.
my... I like it
Thanks.
even better than the temple. This is for $5, you can't beat it. Alright. Spiel time is... There we go. Okay. She walks up this hidden path. It's like a game trail, if even that. And she says that her clan, she's talked about them as she walks. She's talking here and there. You guys find out that it's called the Tiger Claw Clan, and her clan blends into the surrounding forest. If you did not have a guide, you could have walked right past it, if not for the pleasant smells of cooked fires and the less pleasant smells of animal hides being cured. The tribe lives in a semi-permanent hide-wrapped tents. They aren't necessarily migratory, but furbolgs are clearly exploratory, and so they keep homes that they can pack up and take with them. As you guys approach, several hulking furbolgs asks and ready huge, primitive-looking weapons. Tanefka waves cordially at them, and they relax their hands, but not their eyes. She leads you through the camp and toward a tall cliff wall. A thin waterfall trickles from the top of the cliff down some 60 feet into a shallow, clear pool. The cliff is somewhat concave, having been dug out by years of rushing water, creating a pleasantly cool, shaded overhang. A path turns a blind corner ahead, hidden by boulders. Tanefka back from you and motions you forward. The path you're on leads between huge tumbled boulders, and you suddenly find yourself in a clearing at the edge of the pool. The sun is warm here, and the ground is covered by thick pine needles, creating a soft carpet. You notice that many furbolgs have followed you, and are now quietly finding places to sit along the tops of the boulders all around you, creating something like a natural amphitheater. In the clearing before you, 3 male furbolgs are sitting in a semicircle, seeming to await your approach. All 3 are very big, bulg standards. Though they sit cross-legged, they are all at eye level, even with Ryan. Eye level with Ryan. Had they been standing, you would guess them to be between 9 and 10 feet tall. Judging from the striations or the tattoos and markings on their skin, you would guess them to be related. You can tell they look somewhat similar. You guys can go ahead and move in. to the clearing next to the waterfall. That's just ahead, just a little bit. I'm gonna
I'm
go ahead
gonna go
and
over and check out these guys' tattoos.
they are covered in tattoos. Woad is the classic term for what they wear.
Nice. I'm
It's
gonna
an
fling
inking.
my cape back a little so I can see some of my tattoos.
Nice. And yeah, Tenefka does. She's just one example of all the Furbolg type. Yeah, there are some that look kind of like her. I'm gonna go through them. Ryan, make me a persuasion or intimidate, your choice. To flash the tats.
Intimidate would be charisma.
That's right.
Grrr. Arr.
Nice. You get a lot of they're the ones.
And my
let's see,
piercings too.
all of these on the cliff close to you that can see you clearly. You see them lean next to each other and whisper in each other's ears, and they're smiling and nodding. You got approving looks. You can't hear what they're saying, but it seems to be a tone of approval. They're pointing and smiling.
Of course, I'm a great artist.
Flash up some pictures. This guy's a Furbolg. You've seen Tenefka. She's there are some that look similar to her. Tough girl. You got this fella. They are all between 8 and 9 feet tall. The males are fully bearded. They seem to take as much pride in their beard as a dwarf would. Arnold might find some approval here. Another female. The females braid their hair in a lot of varying fashions. They seem to be blonde and red-haired, primarily. Got this woman here. Weapons seem savage but extremely effective. Covered in spikes and furs. And then you've got the three in the middle. This guy, the youngest. This guy, somewhat middle-aged. And this guy, elderly. Let me give you a more involved description. The one on your left, the one called Myrick, he introduces himself as you come in. It says, "Greetings, my name is Myrick." And here's the description. The one on your left appears to be just barely coming of age. Though he has a full beard, he's probably only 20 summers. He wears a thick leather headband which has colored thread stitching and a mural across it. It depicts a Furbolg about to fire a bow at a leaping stag. He leans forward, eager to hear what you have to say. The one in the middle introduces himself as Vyric. He wears a leather headband set with white gems which catch the sunlight. He appears older than the first, probably middle-aged. He sits calmly, staring at a point beyond your shoulder, a thoughtful face. The one on your right is the eldest by far. His skin is wrinkled like the stone beneath the falls, and his beard is long and white. He also wears a thick leather band, but it covers his eyes as a blindfold. It has been stitched with layers of colored thread, creating a mural of Furbolg worshipping a bright yellow sun. Without seeing his eyes, you can't get a read on his stone-skinned expression.
Okay.
All of them partake of the peace pipe.
I'd like to hand them the heart.
Go ahead and move
As
into the
she-
center then.
Approaches, I'll say, "Greeting, honored elders. I am Havlarn. These are my companions. We bring you gifts."
And I ask Azoth to hand the skins and Tunti's thingies over.
We mainly bring news, though.
Indeed.
Tenefka approaches from the rear. She doesn't bow, but she sinks down onto her knees and takes kind of a cross-legged seated position, and she says, "These warriors helped me in a place for beasts. They are worthy, but they bring news of the outside world. Azoth, do you land and present the pelts?"
Yes.
Alright. They take the pelts and heart. Let's see, let me put them out there.
Della, the protector of Gloaming Glade, has been captured by Fomorians. She's trapped in a magical mirror. We are
You hear gasps and word erupt from the boulders around you as they hear this news.
We are seeking allies to attempt to free her and to defeat the Fomorians and their allies, the Dark Elves.
You hear more eruption of murmured voices and voices of consternation from the bluffs and cliffs around you.
But
And then Vyric holds up his hand and everything goes quiet. Go ahead, headline.
as fearful as that sounds, that's probably not the worst. There is an outsider from our realm who is attempting to use the power he gains here to take over all realms and bring darkness, eternal darkness. His
All
name
three
is
of them.
Mum-Ra.
When you say Mum-Ra, all of them erupt in a loud cacophony of voices, shouts. They're all shaking their fists and making a symbol that you're in the air. You're not sure what it is. It seems to be a ward against the evil eye. That's caused a lot of consternation. Vyric holds his hand up again, this guy in the middle, and he says, "Foul words as you come here. I would know your name, warrior."
I'm Havlarn, Nimblefoot. These are my companions, Arnold, Azoth, and Ryan. We come recently from the Myconid Kingdom after we have encountered Fomorians in the forest who were torturing treants. We defeated the Fomorians and then encountered the Myconids, where we learned much of our knowledge that we have just relayed to you.
You hear more murmuring and nods of approval when you say defeated Fomorians. They're all nudging each other, and Tanethka, for her part, also nods approvingly, saying, kind of an approval to what your words are. The three elders there in the front Vyric holds his hand up for silence, and he says, "Welcome, warriors, then. An enemy of an enemy is a friend. Be seated and be welcome and partake of the peace pipe, and we will have words. You speak of vile doom upon our people and yours. Maybe we can have an accord."
That would be welcome.
This one seems to disapprove. He frowns at you as you come in. Even though he has a blindfold and can't see you, you wouldn't think he could see you, but he tracks your movements as you go. Seems to be staring straight at you through the blindfold. Vyric says, let's see, do each of you partake of the peace
Oh,
pipe?
hell yeah.
It's passed around.
Oh, yeah.
Sure.
Sure.
All right. It's passed around. Each of you take a bit. You can see that the furbolgs on the neighboring cliff walls also are passing pipes back and forth. There's much to be there is much to be considered. You bring vile news. A heavy doom lays upon us all, it seems. He says, "You speak of the Myconid Kingdom. Do you perhaps come from the one named Jadamu?"
We have spoken with Jadamu, yes.
"And are you of an accord with him?"
We have come to an accord with him. We originally came here seeking, well, quite frankly, to end him. We were misled by a servant of Mum-Ra.
He nods at you approvingly. Both Vyric and Myric. Myric seems very vigorous in his nods of approval. He looks at you and he smiles. His eyes are gleaming. He leans forward in interest to hear what you would have to say. For his part, Vyric does not approve. He crosses his arms over his chest, and through his blindfold you just can't tell what his expression is, except you can tell by body language he does not want to hear what you have to say. Myric and Vyric seem approving of what you say. They say, "Many of us were taken in by the foul creature Mum-Ra, and shown the error of our ways. He says, we have also fallen upon ill ends. We were driven from our home upon the lofty peaks, and he waves a hand at the mountain peaks above you that you can see towering over you. He says, we've been driven from our homelands, from which we seek to return. But that's neither here nor there. What can we do for you now? Tanethka has spoken highly of you. You have defeated many Fomorians, and that has gained you much respect within the clan, such as it is.
Well, our immediate goal is to find a way to free Della from the mirror in which she is trapped. I know of these mirrors and know that they are controlled by a command word. Now, according to Jadamu, the mirror was obtained by deal with the drow, with the dark elves. So, if a command word is known, I imagine that is where we can obtain it from. And according to Jadamu, we will not be able to defeat where's my notes?
Grickbar.
Yeah, there you go. Thank you. We will not be able to defeat the Fomorians until we, let's see, destroy the amulet that he wears around his neck. The only way to do that is to free Della.
There's a lot of murmuring from the cliffs around you, a lot of nods of approval. Varric says, it's a brave warrior that seeks to take on Grickbar. You have a strong heart for such a little form. You and your allies are all of the same goal.
Yes.
Even the swarthy bearded one, he nods at Arnold.
Well, yeah. Why would I be
He
here?
puts a hand on his knee and he says, you hesitate, my bearded friend, for bearing such a magnificent beard.
That what happens if you live under the mountain instead of on top of the mountain.
You hear laughter from among the neighboring cliff walls. They're all laughing and smacking their knees and nodding. And Varric says, very well. That beard is where we store our power, is it not? Stature matters little.
I stroke my own beard.
He smiles and nods at you, Havlarn. And he says, and what of this? An elf outside the keep. How did you escape?
He did not escape from the
Azoff,
keep.
is it?
He came from our world. He is an ally. I fought beside him many times.
You hear a lot of words of consternation, and the three look at each other. Your world. Where do you come from?
We come from Toril.
You do not know this word. It does not matter. Your goals seem to be the same as mine. Ours. Varric says, there's not much we can do to help. Our tribe being weakened, but what is it you come for? You said you seek a command word. We do not know this command
We
word.
do not expect you to know the command word. In order to learn this, we figure we need to discuss it with some of the Dark Elves. Djamu told us about 3 sisters. Suggested we try to track them down. They might be able to provide the information we seek.
When you say 3 sisters, you see the furbolgs around the cliff walls looking at each other and shaking their heads as a foul expression on their faces. And Varric says, the 3 sisters are no friends of ours, but it is true they have much in the way of lore. The secrets you seek and secrets they keep. But still, you do not answer the question, what can we do
At
to
this
help?
time, until we have a plan, merely being allies and assuring us of your help in the future will be sufficient.
Also, if you know any directions to the 3 sisters, we can just take care of them on our own. That's what we do most of the time.
All 3 of them now have a dark look, and along the cliffs they all have dark looks, and they say, the 3 sisters reside in the grotto of Dinagrin, which lies in the center of the Darklands. Being outsiders, you would not know the Darklands are our ancient burial grounds, which we were driven away from by the forces of the Jotuns. And you hear all of them shout in dismay, and some of them gnash their teeth and pull their hair at the word Jotun. They say, "You will have our aid in whatever your endeavors are. If you could face the Jotuns and survive. I wouldn't expect so much, though. For now, seeking the Three Sisters is probably enough of a challenge." And he gives you a little smirk. He says, "There are some ways north of us, a mile or more, in the peaks above us, our original homeland, which we were driven from." He says, "However, Tanethka's word only takes you so far. We will pledge our assistance only if you ask. A task of strength and cunning to prove that you are worthy of the Furbolg clan, the Tiger Claw clan."
Name your task. We will accomplish it.
He smiled, Vyrek smiles, and he says, "It would seem difficult, but at the same time obvious." And he waves a hand to the north at the 60-foot waterfall above. And he says, "Bring me a boulder from the top of the falls, no smaller than the size of your own head. You may work together, as tribe and companionship is one of the tenets of our ways. Perform this task, and we will pledge our assistance."
The boulder the size of my head?
Each of you must return with a boulder the size of your head. And he holds a finger up and says, "If you are to perform as a team, if you are to operate as a single unit, you will be able to perform this task using teamwork, another tenet of our clan. This is the test of stone." And all of the all the Furbolgs on the neighboring cliffs nod and murmur to each other, "Yes, the test of stone. That is a good test. This is a test that all Furbolgs must undergo upon coming of age." And Myrick leans forward with keen eyes to see that you perform this task well. You could tell he probably just completed it himself.
Well, assuming we can use all of our abilities, we have no problem here.
Myrick crosses his arms on his chest and says, "It is a test of both strength and cunning. Although we will allow any of your resources to your disposal, please keep in mind that those resources may not always be at your disposal. One should rely on his own strength first." Sits back and enjoys the show. All of them move aside and sit cross-legged to look towards the waterfall to watch you guys' performance.
Cat claws and bare legs. Ouch.
Yeah, you were the scratching post, huh?
Yup.
That is the waterfall. If you guys want to give me initiatives so that I just have you on the board, we'll see what happens.
I don't know if I need to. I'm just gonna stand at the bottom of the waterfall, use my spiritual weapon, and smash a boulder out of a wall.
It has to come from the top of the falls, though, right?
Well, yeah, 60 feet range is my spell, 60 feet high at the waterfalls. I'm just gonna make myself a nice boulder from the top of the waterfall.
Ryan, would you like to fly?
You still go ahead and get on there, Arnold, because you haven't done it yet. Let's see you do it.
Okay.
You're muted, by the way.
Azoth offered me to ride on his shaft, his stick, his rod, whatever you want to call it.
Of course, the one.
So
with
Ryan
the
has. So Ryan has mounted Azoth's stick. Azoth, it's your turn.
I think I'm on the front. Maybe I should be on the back of his stick. No, I like being on the front of it.
When you're on the front, Azoth has better handholds.
Azoth is brave.
Tanethka frowns at this display.
I will. Wait. There. Me and my broom and her will go up our 50 feet and get partway up the water for now.
You get a lot of oohs and ahs from the amphitheater boulders as the furbolgs watch you guys swoop up into the air on the back of a broom. And Tenefka gives a look around like, I know, right?
I think I lost all my hikes.
Right? Oh yeah, I probably didn't get them copied. So that's fine. You're 50 feet up there. Okay. Havlarn, what are you doing?
I'm gonna pull some marbles out of my pouch. Do I see a boulder up there that along the edge that I might could tag from here?
Make a perception check.
Very good.
See how well you can see. 60 feet up above you. That's a good check. You got a really good look. And you scan the top of the cliff there, and you would think that, you know, they'd set some boulders, but the clan has been doing this for a little while, and it looks like all the easy to pick boulders have been picked.
Okay.
As far as tapping one loose with a rock or even a hammer, Arnold, it might be tricky.
Well, in that case, I will pull my bandor around, abandon the idea of the marbles, and I will cast fly upon myself.
Alright.
And then take off up the cliff. What's that? Movement of 60 feet. So I start
60.
flying.
Yep. You get just as many oohs and ahs as you leap into the air on a riff of your guitar. Several of the females in the crowd start clapping. Possibly undo.
Okay.
Ryan, what are you doing?
I am gonna go ahead and hold on tight and look. I'm gonna do a perception check to see if there's possibly a bigger boulder that we can smash or thunder wave or something to break into head-sized boulders. So perception check.
Yeah. Further back from the top of the falls there, you can see there are quite a few boulders that are head-sized.
Like how
back
far?
there.
Like back here?
Yeah.
Okay.
Exactly. Do I have line of sight drawn wrong? Oh no, it's my camera. That's why. Sorry. Yes. Let me get my camera. I did get you guys' elevation. It's just back there where you started. So yeah, what you're looking at and what you have learned as you were glancing at the top, if you could imagine sitting at the base of a 60-foot tall falls, you can't see what's back behind the falls. When you get up some elevation, you can see there are some more boulders up there. But from your vantage point at the base, it's not so visible. Okay? Yeah, there's plenty more.
So I will ready to jump off the broom if Azoth gets it close enough for me to get off as my action for my turn, before my turn.
You can ready to move your speed. That's fine. This isn't a time-sensitive situation anyway. Arnold, go ahead.
How much time has passed since we crossed the river earlier, where I had to use water walking?
How long does water walking last?
1 hour.
Isn't it?
Make a wisdom check. Let's see if we'll leave it up to the dice to decide. Cause I was thinking about an hour. Yeah, water walking is still going long enough for you to do what you need to do.
Yeah, I guess I'm gonna have a walk, like over here, and then
Okay.
use my dwarven stone knowledge to find a nice place that looks like I could hit it, and that will break free a large enough boulder.
From the base of the falls.
No, from the top of the falls.
How are you
climbing
getting to the top of the falls?
With my spiritual weapon at 60 feet range.
Oh, I see. You're looking at the top of the cliff.
Yeah.
I see what you mean. Make a perception check. Or, no, you're right. Dungeoneering. That'd be intelligence. And you get double proficiency, which I think is +6.
+8.
Oh, that's right. You're 9th level now, aren't you?
Yep.
All right. Yeah, you see a boulder sticking out that you figure you could easily knock loose with a spiritual hammer. You are correct.
Then I'm gonna do that.
All right. Flip an attack. Easily. Yep. You smack that boulder and it plops into the water right next to you.
And then I turn around, look at them, and ask, "Good enough for you?"
They were giving you disapproving looks at first until you hold up the boulder, and then they all smile and nod.
Fine. Then I'm gonna use my dash to walk back.
All right.
And sit down
Easy
and
enough for Arnold.
watch the rest do things.
Yep. Where is it? I have boulders. There it is. Your head's not quite that big. There we go. Well done for Arnold. That was easy as off.
I will fly over here.
I got you,
Thanks.
And look for a boulder.
Okay. You spot one.
And then I put it in my bag of holding.
That makes it easy. Okay.
And tell Ryan she's welcome to put one in there too.
Wonderful.
Grab one as well.
What do I roll for grabbing?
Yeah. Size
Alright.
of your head, you could easily lift. Put in the bag of holdings.
Alright, I do that. Okay, I'm good. Arnold
Okay.
is, there he is. Okay, we're good.
Okay. Havlarn, what are you doing?
Well, I'm looking for a boulder. Ooh, there we go. I see one nearby I can grab.
Yeah.
I'll swoop down and grab it.
Was that flight? Is that a? Oh, that was one of your daily powers. That
That's
your,